Yes, what's good, people? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism, where we talk all things boxing. Like and subscribe on YouTube, follow me on TikTok, all that good stuff. We had a great main event, great main event performance at least. The fight was very one-sided, but great performance by Keyshawn Davis, who deals with Lima very, very easily. Dealt with his opponent very easily. His opponent Lima, he missed weight, and some in some cases that in once you miss the weight, the fight's over, the fight's cancelled. But in this case, Keyshawn Davis still got to fight, and you could tell that his opponent Lima, when he came into this one, he came in with one thing in mind, and that was war, that was bullying, that was walking straight through Keyshawn Davis. But to me, looking at the fight at the time and looking back on it, that was a big, massive mistake because this guy was like storming forward at Keyshawn Davis, but Davis is very clever in the way he approaches things because, he as what he'd do as this guy's coming in to attack him, he'd sometimes just stick a straight left hand out, stick your jab out, and sometimes he'd throw a jab, sometimes he'd flick with a jab, sometimes he'd just extend his hand out there to sort of step back and give himself some space. And every time he done that, steps out, give himself some space, and then bang, cracks the guy with the right hand because this guy was literally just coming in, just sort of storming in, and it was like even when he's taking flush right hands and big shots, he was still just storming in as if he thought Keyshawn Davis didn't have any power, or he thought he could somehow just take whatever he was given, but that turned out to not be the case. So yeah, this guy Liam was just storming forward, and Keyshawn Davis doing the right thing. He didn't stand there and have a brawl with him. He just literally done a clever thing: take one step or two steps back, let the guy come on, and then step your hand, bang, crack him with the counter. And that's what he was doing, just countering him nicely. The first round was a feeling out round, but again, very good counter punching tactics from Keyshawn Davis. And then the final round of it was round two, where it just all fell apart for Lima. Again, he just was showing Keyshawn Davis no respect, just storming in, trying to bulldoze his way, trying to walk through Davis, but it just didn't work. And this guy just didn't seem to learn his lesson. It's like you walk in once, and you don't show no respect for the guy in front of you. Walk in, and then you're taking big shots. You don't learn your lesson. You get hit, and he got hurt the second round, goes down, and even after going down and getting hurt, he's storming into Keyshawn Davis again with the same sort of shots, the same reckless abandon. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm a Terminator. But again, then he ends up going down again, and then he goes down for a third time, and it's all because, I mean, obviously there's levels in the game, and if Davis was just a cut above, but I think it's also down to the tactics because this guy Lima was literally just trying to walk through Keyshawn Davis with no respect for what was coming at him, no acknowledgement of what was coming at him. He gets hurt and gets wobbled. I mean, one of the knockdowns was so bad that Davis puts him down, and then he gets up early, then he falls down again, and then he has to get up a second time. And if that fight was, I think, in the UK or something, they would have stopped it on that knockdown because clearly he was in no real position to defend himself. He was just all over the place. He was essentially finished from them, but the referee gives him every chance, lets him get up again, and then Davis, beautiful, puts the combinations together, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Second round knockout for Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, impeccable performance there. I mean, it was the type of performance where you couldn't really get any better. To be real, it's one of them where punch perfect performance by Keyshawn Davis, done exactly what he was supposed to do, and yeah, hats off to him. Much respect to him. I think he was calling out Javonte Davis, calling out Tank Davis, and yeah, I think most people would probably back Tank Davis to win that fight. I don't think that would happen because Tank Davis he seems to sort of be picking on these guys that we know he can beat. So it never seems to be the best guys that he's fighting. It always seems to be sort of nondescript opposition, or guys from a lighter weight division, or guys that are kind of, it's never really seems to be the top guys he's fighting. But I'd like to see that. As for whether we will, I doubt it, but I'd like to see Javante Tank Davis versus Keyshawn Davis. Davis versus Davis. I think that would be a good fight. And you might favour Tank in that just due to his experience. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this. Let me know what you thought about the fight in the comments below. And until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.
And make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.